Hello everybody on the internet watching, and welcome to the second game of week 1 of the Totally Normal Football League. I'm TG, and joining me again is Alex Ridian. I hope you're having a great night.
That's my name.
That's your name. It is. Tonight we have the Kingston Gators playing host to their heated rivals, the Toronto Trash Pandas. And let me tell you, Alex, as GM of the Gators, did the DMs between me and Hybrid get heated. Holy moly. I don't know if you can speak towards you and Quill with the Shitbirds-Stoats rivalry, but this might be the rivalry to watch over the course of the league.
I will say the Shitbird-Stoat rivalry is actually not really so much of a rivalry as it is a friendly competition, but it sounds like there's been a lot of trash talk between the Gators and the Trash Pandas in the lead up to this bout.
It doesn't help that Hybrid and I are really into watching NFL right now, and we are both cheering for teams that are leaving their divisions in the same conference. And, I'll put that aside. But, yeah, Kingston Gators, so we were talking last game on Monday about the Stoats GM Quill being very micromanagey. After almost every game, the Quill's roster looked incredibly different. And I was no different with the Kingston Gators. Week 1 was an entirely different team to week 2 of the preseason games. As a reminder, everyone got 2 preseason games before the regular season kicked off last Monday. And now the Gators have a completely new quarterback. Nathan Pope rated the 3rd best quarterback overall in the preseason with an average passer rating of 79.4, which is fine. Honestly, for the league, that's probably actually pretty good. But an actual passer rating of 79 is just fine. And, and the preseason game between the Trash Pandas and the Gators was the highest scoring game of the preseason. There were bombs being thrown on both sides. We had Andy Codplayer with like a 60-yard touchdown pass. Omar Jeltz was the highlight of that game. That game alone has led Omar Jeltz to be the leading receiver of the whole league in the preseason with completely ridiculously overinflated numbers. So it'll be very interesting to see if we see a similar matchup here today, even with the changed up rosters.
The other thing to consider here is I think you and Hybrid have actually been the most active in free agency and trade signings throughout the league, because the Kingston Gators have 3 free agents, and Joe Butterline, who was actually a trade with my team, the San Francisco Shitbirds. Whereas Hybrid's Trash Pandas have Chris Smythe, who was formerly a Gator that you released, and a couple of free agents of his own. So, yeah. I mean, this is really going to be where we start to see the beginning of the ship of Theseus on either side.
Yeah.
How effective is it going to be when you actually go toe-to-toe? Where are you using your new players, and is it to your benefit?
Yeah, let's talk about the Trash Pandas' recent signings. And so, without a doubt, the biggest weakness of the Trash Pandas in the preseason is Omar Jeltz. Their secondary, their cornerbacks, their safeties had 0 speed, so if someone got blown coverage, they would immediately make a breakaway to the end zone for 6 points. And Hybrid put down a ton of money for 2 new cornerbacks in the form of Jamie Stonemeyer and Travis Payne. Together, they combine for, I think, a total of $5.3 million for the both of them, which is just under 10% of his entire current budget of his team. It's
insane.
Yeah, he is really putting the boat on, okay, this is the biggest problem. He was confident with the rest of his defense. I definitely want to focus on Terry Shutcrunch, his outside linebacker, who neither the Gators or the Trash Pandas have a top 10 defensive player on their team, except for Terry Shutcrunch, who's the number 1 rated defensive player in the league with like 1 billion tackles, 2 deflections, and an interception.
Arguably, Shutcrunch is really making up the difference, and it's almost like they have like a fully fledged out defense just from Shutcrunch being there.
Yes, Shutcrunch, and of course Stanley Steak Sauce is the other big defensive player for the Trash Pandas. The Gators only lost by 3 points in their preseason bout against the Trash Pandas, but it was Stanley Steak Sauce that put the steak through the heart of the team in the fourth quarter to prevent their last potentially scoring drive. The Gators did have a chance to kick for a field goal with like seconds left on the timer, but a steak sauce sack took them out of range, and it was just GG after that. So steak sauce has sort of become a Trash Pandas hero because of that. And Johnny Talladega, quarterback for the Trash Pandas, is the second highest rated quarterback of the preseason. He was quarterback for both of their games with an average passer rating of 84.2, which again is good, but not like insane. But again, for the league, 84 might as well be like 130 at this point. Well, maybe not after we saw Alex Foss play on Monday, but the only thing about Johnny Talladega is that he was sacked more than any other quarterback of the preseason, with 8 sacks.
Yeah, and yet it seems like Hybrid's still keeping him as his number 1 quarterback, so maybe there's something to that logic. But shifting now to the Gators, this is the first time where we actually have some like inside football, to coin a phrase, as you yourself are the general manager of the Gators. Tell me, the audience, what was your strategy going into the free agent drafting season?
So the free agent
how is it compared to the original team?
So I had no idea what the heck I was going to do after our the first ever game the Gators played against the Trash Pandas, because we almost won that one. Omar Jeltz completely exceeded expectations. My original quarterback, who was Nathan Pope, I mean, it was kind of a match made in heaven. You have someone named Pope throwing Hail Marys. The story writes itself. But the stats on paper just made it that Nathan Pope was just much better at center than quarterback, which is the funniest fucking thing I think of all time. But, it's with all of the crazy defenses in the league, more so in the over there division than this over here division rivalry, there's some scary edge rushers. You've got, again, we're up against Stanley Sake Sauce, and Terry Shutcrunch is probably going to be going for some key run stops here. And the Kingston Gators they were drafted as a running-based team, and I think they were the only one in the league who was really built around the run. And their star running back, Aston Sullivan, in the first game against the Trash Pandas was a laughing stock. I think he averaged 0.5 yards a carry, which is like terrible.
It also doesn't really help the fact that it seems like Madden 2005 in general appears to be more of a passing meta game when you get to the actual mechanics of what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, especially
at least from the AI perspective.
Yeah, with the AI versus AI. But I have made a couple of changes that will be interesting to see if they work or not. Because I've shifted around a couple of my wide receivers, and instead of Doug Gongshow being the lead wide receiver, Omar Jeltz has stepped up to that leading role, and beside him is going to be Larry Balding, and the two of them are quite strong with good run blocking. So it'll be interesting to see if we see more of those sweeps when it's handed off to Aston Sullivan work. We'll have to keep our eyes on that as the game develops. But Aston Sullivan, after being kicked to the curb in preseason game 1, he tried out as a cornerback in game 2 and wasn't very great there, but he's back as the lead running back, so I guess the Gators are dancing with the one that brought him, I guess. I don't know, however that works. So yeah, the Kingston Gators offense is going to be a big question mark. Either the run is going to be incredible, or the Gators are going to be struggling all game, especially since the Trash Pandas have some new ammo in the form of Travis Payne, the free agent cornerback who is starting. The dude is like 6'7", 336 pounds. And
he was one of the best cornerbacks in free agency when the season began.
So, and again, if we saw anything about the Janitors and the Gators fighting in the preseason, Bobby Williamson shut Omar Jeltz down. Like, Jeltz couldn't do any of the magic he was able to do against the Trash Pandas against one of the best cornerbacks in the league. So we're going to see today if that $3 million spent on Travis Payne will be worth it or not. I'm sure.
Interesting to see.
Yeah, interesting to see. I think we're just going to jump right into it. I think there's no other things we can really waste your time talking about. It's loading. And here we go. Oh, I gotta turn. I forgot to pause the Pause the music. Whoopsie. Okay.
It's a live stream, folks.
It's a live stream, but here we are in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. It's a nice 0 degrees Fahrenheit, so
perfect running weather.
Perfect running weather. Get an over here divisional game, and you know, we were originally pegging the Trash Pandas and the Gators to be the number 1 and number 2 teams, whichever that may be, in the over here division, with the Knitters kind of being a laughingstock. But the Knitters are looking more and more real as we sort of break down how they were able to handle themselves in the preseason. Their defense is looking pretty good, but we'll save that for on Friday when the Knitters take on the Shitbirds.
Yeah, definitely. Even though the Knitters have been improving, I will say that the Knitters are probably still going to be underdogs going into that match, but we will have to see what the game turns out to be like.
There's the the middle linebacker, the billboard Peter Blubb, as he's been nicknamed. Because he's gigantic. He stands in the middle of the field, and we've seen a couple of times nothing being able to be thrown over that middle zone.
His name is Peter Blubb because he has a lot of it.
He comes by his name honestly, I believe I said.
Here's, this is interesting. Tim Bencher with the kick. I thought it was the punter. It looks like they might have changed stuff around a little bit. There's the kickoff. Received by number 34. That's Aiden Spears.
Aiden Spears picked up in free agency to try and shore up their running game, so I believe he's going to be the second up running back. He's replacing J.K. Jokester as Jokester's moved to a wide receiver role.
New quarterback for the Kingston Gators, Del Guler now to start this offense off.
There we go, and immediately chipped off to Aston Sullivan, who gets some good yardage out of that.
Knocked out half the distance in that run. Very good.
And we're focusing on Michael Hotz. Michael Hotz is probably an underrated defender on the Toronto Trash Pandas. Now, it's interesting to say that they really struggled against the deep ball when Michael Hotz was on their team, because on paper, he's a really good cornerback, so hopefully we'll see some explosive plays out of him.
Faked a running play, but an incomplete pass to number 12, Omar Jeltz, just wasn't able to connect that time.
And yeah, Michael Hotz was all over him right before I said anything about it. And that's exactly what Hybrid, the GM of the Trash Pandas, wants to see. Like, having his cornerbacks get deflections like that is already just one off the day is miles better than what we saw from them in preseason.
Probably going to see a pass here to make up that distance. Oh, it's a handoff and a 4th down. Unfortunate failure at 3rd down conversion. We're going to probably see a punt here from the Gators now.
Yeah, that the O-line was just completely breached there, and Sullivan was able to shrug off one tackler, but they just kept coming. That tackle for loss causes them to punt.
And we have Ziggy side smash with the punt there for the Gators.
Oh!
That's a touchback. Barely a touchback.
Yeah, that almost came to rest on the 1-yard line. That would have been a fantastic punt.
Trash Pandas starting at the 20.
All right, so we'll see if this Gators defense has been improved by a little bit, and it'll be also interesting to see if the Trash Pandas really lay into their wide receiver, Brian Burner. No, it's a sack!
Johnny Talladega looked like he was trying to do something with that ball, but McDiggle got in the way, and that down was history.
Yeah, Jay McDiggle is essentially the quarterback of the Gators defense. And he just went in there, and again, we saw Johnny Talladega be the most sacked quarterback in all of the preseason.
Another attempt by Johnny Talladega. Connects. Oh, but out of bounds. Was that complete before he was out of bounds?
It was not, I don't think. That was to the fullback, Felix Hambred. Very odd flat route.
We're at 3rd and 15. This will be a hard 3rd down conversion for the Trash Pandas. Johnny Talladega with a pass, number 14. Vondell Boost Power with the reception there.
Yeah, interesting. The Gators defense was going for like a run block there, and that didn't really look like a play-action pass. But again, 4th and 2, and the Trash Pandas are going to punt it.
2 yards is a little bit too much leeway, given how some of those downs went. Makes sense they would punt here.
The punter for the Trash Pandas, Tim Bencher, was incredibly sought after because on paper he was the best kicker in the league, and the Trash Pandas would scoop them up in the 6th round of drafting.
And in Spears gets it to the 33.
Del Guler and the Gators up again after 2 3-and-outs in a row from both teams.
It's a pass to number 27. Aston Sullivan doesn't get too far with the ball, unfortunately.
Yeah, that looked like Stanley Steak Sauce brought that run to an absolute close with that tackle for loss as it's 2nd and 11. And again, we're seeing the struggles with the run game the Gators ran into in their first week of the preseason.
Handoff to number 14, tackled for loss.
Yeah, very.
That was Nathan Gamer there with the tackle.
I had no clue what that was about.
Yeah, that run was dead on arrival, frankly.
And it's 3rd and 12.
We have yet to see either team make a 3rd down conversion so far.
Oh, right into the 2. What the heck was that throw?
Immediate tip-off.
I don't even think that was to anybody. That was to the cornerback defense, and it's another 3-and-out for the Gators.
You know, if I didn't know any better, I think Del Guler was just trying to get a interception there.
No kidding. It would have been devastating at the 30-yard line.
Ziggy side smash there with the punt. Rolled a fair catch.
And
Penalty
on Peter Blubb.
But it was declined.
Yeah, no real point after a punt kickoff. Because if they accepted the penalty, they would have replayed the down with the yard loss, and there's really no point. So the Trash Pandas at their 27-yard line. Johnny Talladega at it again.
Seeing a wide reception.
Oh, Jay McDiggle misses his tackle.
In front of him.
Jay McDiggle and Fennec both missed their tackles, and Andy Codplayer. Andy Codplayer is by far the most explosive offensive player at the Trash Pandas' disposal. He's gotten, I think, 3 touchdowns in the 2 preseason games, and one of them was a 60-yard bomb. He's not only a great tight end, but once he catches that ball, he's not letting go of it. Deep pass! Ooh!
Almost caught. That got dangerous, very fast. Brian Berner there. So close to making the connection, but not if Ruben Staples has anything to say about it.
Yeah, Ruben Staples on the cover. 2nd and 10, and that is something we're probably going to see all day from both of these teams. They have that ability to threat that deep ball. What a great run here.
Amazing run by Felix Hambret there. Made quite a bit of distance off that down.
And it's 3rd and 2, and we might see a 1st down for the first time this game.
Giant Talladega with the ball, passes it, almost caught by Jeltz. Who got the hand of that ball?
That was Andy Codplayer with Jay McDiggle with the tackle, and it's going to be 4th and a little bit. But no, Fudge is out for the field goal attempt at 47 yards.
Trash Pandas just trying to get some score on the board at this point.
Oh, that was a bit of a lame kick as it goes short.
The kick is no good. We're still 0-0 as possession moves to the Gators.
Man, this is a much more defensive slugfest than the offensive slugfest that we saw, again, in the preseason. So hopefully Del Guler will have a bit more success moving the chains on this throw, and no! Interception!
Interception, number 38. Maurice Slacks with that interception, the strong safety. Look at that reception. Oh, it was actually Terry Shutcrunch.
Yes! The best defensive player the Trash Pandas had, and I want to go on the instant replay here and just look at the pressure that Del Guler is under. You can see that that's number 60 just completely ruins.
Frank Conkey.
Frank Honky. Yes, Frank Honky just completely goes through there and just forces a terrible throw right into the hands of Shut Crunch.
All according to Keikaku for the Trash Pandas. They have possession again. They're on the other side of the 50. As Johnny Talladega is going to make another play here.
Hands it off to Ricky Bonbon.
We've seen time after time Ricky Bonbon just adding those yards to those downs.
Yep, that was the first time we've seen.
Stop him.
Yeah, that was the first time today we've seen Ricky Bonbon hand it off. If you have not seen this guy carry the ball yet in this league, oh my goodness, he's responsible for one of the funniest touchdowns in the preseason, where he just like completely stunts through the middle, right up the gut, and it's just a gigantic dude doing a pirouette through a bunch of defenders for a touchdown as he gives Bonbon another handoff.
Finally, the Trash Pandas have to resort to their secret weapon. Bonbon fired out of that offensive line like a cannonball. Going for 1st and 10.
Yes, back not under any real pressure. Short completion to Andy Codplayer.
A short completion, still a completion. They gain some yards.
I feel like Andy Codplayer is going to be a key part to this passing offense that the Trash Pandas have been trying to elevate.
2nd and 5.
Burner on the move to the outside.
They're by Talladega. Caught! Number 80.
Ruben
Andy
Staples.
Codplayer yet again.
Ruben Staples with the face mask penalty. And that's going to get the Trash Pandas an additional 10 yards, I think, on that play. So they're already at the 15-yard line of the Gators.
1st and 10. They're dangerously close to the end zone now.
Oh my God!
Sack.
53, Denny Bugles, the other outside linebacker of the Gators, found a hole in the coverage and just bulldozed Talladega for the 2nd sack the Trash Pandas have faced today.
Well, that'll put a fork in the Trash Pandas' garbage disposal.
Ricky Bonbon handoff right down the middle.
Just barrels through several guys until he makes it to the 5.
Martin Fennick was able to somehow rush and leg sweep him down.
But this will be a 3rd and 9. Almost a full down to try and make up here. Will we see an Andy Codplayer reception here?
Yeah, play action.
Fake to Bonbon, caught by...
Nope.
Is that Codplayer? Yes,
nope, it was incomplete. Tyler McFridge on the coverage there knocks the ball out of the hands of Codplayer.
And we will see a field goal attempt here. They're very close to the goal here. This one might actually make it, assuming Fudge doesn't screw anything up.
Yeah, Fudge 0 for 1 on field goal attempts, but this one is very makeable. Yes, it's good. It looked right there for a moment, but in between the uprights still.
And here in the 2nd quarter, Trash Pandas put the first score on the board, 3-0.
You know, before that sack we saw from the Gators, I was going to say the Gators are having a lot of trouble putting pressure on Johnny Talladega, and meanwhile the Trash Pandas have been making Del Guler absolutely panic, and we saw them make Del Guler force a bad throw for an interceptions. And one thing we've seen time and time again, both in the preseason and in Monday's game, it's that turnovers are so important. With the 8-minute quarters and it's being a video game and all, every possession matters, and every single team that has lost so far has had a negative turnover differential.
Aiden Spears made it all the way to the 30 with that kick return.
Jelt's on the move to the outside.
Passed off, number 27. That's Aston Sullivan with a decent game.
Yeah, I think Jeltz was supposed to get a block there, but defender got right through and went for that juicy running back meet.
It was only 1 yard gain, my mistake.
Yeah, that was not a good run. And again, we're seeing Aston Sullivan get stuffed like he did earlier, so...
Didn't connect. Swatted away by Kyle Katam.
And the safety for the Trash Pandas. And again, Del Guler just under pressure. These snap throws are not going anywhere. They're more likely to be intercepted than anything not. So the Del Guler experiment not off to a great start.
We're seeing a similarly difficult third down conversion attempt here by the Gators. Having to make up 9 yards. Was that a sack? No, it was caught.
Yeah, Stanley...
Omar Jeltz with the catch.
Stanley Steak Sauce was almost able to get around the O-line, but Del Guler found an open Omar Jeltz.
One of the best running backs out there, or wide receivers out there.
Again, I think that preseason game against the Trash Pandas overinflated his numbers. I still believe that Andy Overnight is the best wide receiver in the league, but we'll see. The game is still young, and Del Guler's on the move.
I think that was a slight loss, unfortunately. Didn't end up going in Guler's favor, but you have to admire the attempt.
Yeah, Clint McSpeedy had that scramble well scouted and was directly on it.
Seeing a second down here now for the Gators.
Oh my goodness, I don't know who that was. Again, Del Guler scrambling!
This time gets over the line for a first down.
Wow.
If it doesn't work once, try again.
I'm actually surprised that ran for a first down.
They didn't have that scouted that time. Pass number 27, Aston Sullivan run with the ball.
And again, we're finally seeing the runs actually do something. That was twice now a sweep to the outside has gotten good yardage for the Gators.
Better late than never. 2nd and 5. Half down, half to go.
Play action.
Fake to toss. Total whiff of a pass, unfortunately.
Yeah, Larry Balding was that was completely thrown short.
Now this third down conversion is feasible. Pass off number 27 gets roiled.
Loss of 2 on the play.
It's roiled.
Unfortunate end to a drive by the Gators. It was looking promising for a moment there, but we are seeing a punt now from Side Smash.
Yeah, we are certainly watching a football game. It's going to go for a touchback. A lot of punting and not a lot of scoring this game.
This may be a game of single digits.
Oh god, an overload blitz coming from the Gators. This should be good. No, Talladega gets over it.
Number 25 with the reception. 5-yard gain on the play.
Felix Hambred with the reception over the middle.
That man's a fullback. He's not supposed to catch the ball.
It's 2023. You're paid to do everything.
Talladega tossing. Received
On the reception. 5-yard gain on the play.
by McDiggle.
That was McDiggle on the tackle. That was
McDiggle on the tackle.
Yeah, that was to Brian Berner up the middle. Oh my god. The center just falls forward. They'll get a first down. It'll be interesting to see what the Gators come out with to stop this. And the Ricky
fourth down.
The Ricky Bonbon handoff stopped by Tyler McFridge, the cornerback.
Once again, not a single third down conversion yet for the night by the Trash Pandas. And we've seen the streak continue. Bencher's coming out here for the punt. Ruled a fair catch.
Yeah, Aiden Spears, new signee for the Gators. The punt and kick returner for the team.
We're seeing this play out the exact same way the previous drive for the Gators did, starting at the 30. Changes back, goes for a pass.
Incomplete
Missed.
And again,
No one home.
the O-line for the Gators is just not buying Del Guler a lot of time. He's having to throw early, and he's getting these windows way too early before his wide receivers are at the point in the route where they're ready to catch it.
We're also seeing the utility of the Trash Pandas' new cornerback, Travis Payne, really doing a lot of work now for his new team.
Holy that was the worst handoff I think I've ever seen, as Shut Crunch gets a huge tackle for loss.
Aston Sullivan just was not able to move that ball.
Now, if you're a Gators fan, you're probably thinking one play on 3rd and long right now, and that is a Hail Mary toss to Omar Jelt. So we'll see if Del Guler can make that happen. He's still starting from the pistol.
Of course, that might be exactly what the Trash Pandas are prepared for.
No, it's...
No, we see another pass and another tackle for loss.
Oh my god.
3-yard loss on the play.
Trash Pandas with a
It's
timeout.
handoff. Here's Ziggy side smash here for the punt yet again. This is not the sort of offense you'd want as a Gators fan.
Yeah, and not even the offense you'd want as a Trash Pandas fan either, to be fair.
3-yard punt, return for a gain of 3 yards.
A drive that should have been a touchdown, that Ricky Bonbon handoff was stopped for a 4th down field goal attempt. So just something about the running game is just not working on either side tonight.
Trash Pandas from the 47. Caught by Andy Codplayer.
Makes the catch.
Pushed out of bounds by Tyler McFridge, and Talladega had so much time to throw that to Codplayer. And again, Codplayer is the most explosive player on the Trash Pandas offense. You saw how fast he was able to get going after the reception, and if he gets a breakaway, he will run for a touchdown.
Another huge toss. Once again caught, this time by
Brian Berner.
15-yard gain.
Brian Berner. Thank you.
Yeah, when they're not throwing to Andy Codplayer, it's more than likely going to be Brian Berner, who in practice looked completely unstoppable, but we haven't really seen too many receptions from him this game.
Oh, runs with the ball. Doesn't really get very far with it.
Oh, that crunch sound effect. Holy moly, as Peter Blub the billboard runs into him. Oh my god.
That almost could have been rough for Talladega.
It sounded like a squeaky toy getting hit by a freight train.
Oh, nice catch by number 14, Vondell Boost Power, gaining some yards.
On the play.
Yeah, Vondell Boost Power has been the number 2 of this game so far, replacing Brian Berner, as the Trash Pandas take another timeout to try and preserve the last minute of the half. And they're in field goal range here, Alex.
Field goal with a 3rd down. It'd be nice to get a 1st down for sure. It'd be nice to get a field goal and extend that lead. Tossed off to Ricky Bonbon, tackled for loss. And we'll probably see a field goal here now, TG.
Yep, Jay McDiggle with the tackle for loss there. And again, the Ricky Bonbon sweep routes have just not been working. In fact, anyone's sweep routes haven't been working. Aston Sullivan's looking like he's looking like he's 20 pounds out there, getting hung out to dry by bad blocks. And Ken Fudge is hoping to put them up 6-0. And the kick is good.
Trash Pandas make it 6-0. Still no score from the Gators. They will have another offense to try and get a touchdown and hopefully make it one above them, but we'll have to see. Anything could happen. Gators for sure have to pull this out somehow.
Yes, 54 seconds on the clock, and Gators with all 3 of their timeouts, which gives them a lot of flexibility on this drive, but they need to get something working. And again, we haven't seen them go towards that deep ball approach that is definitely available with Omar Jeltz, and just because Del Guler is just not as willing to take those deep bomb chances as the old QB Nathan Pope was in the preseason.
And there we see Aiden Spears opting for the touchback.
80 yards in 53 seconds, we can probably see this happen. 3 touchdowns were for 80 yards in the first game between these two, and to the outside, and it's caught!
Received by Larry Balding. That was Larry Balding's first big catch of the game.
Yeah, and that's, well, look at this. He catches it. Both feet still in bounds and shuffles out of bounds to stop the play clock. Great play.
Really well-disciplined action by the Gators here. You need to be able to preserve your time as much as possible before halftime eliminates your progress. You may see another huge pass here.
Yes!
Pass received!
Omar
Jeltz.
Number 12 with the reception. Gain of 12.
What a pass. What a catch.
And finally, Del Guler looks like he's cooking with these snap throws that just haven't been working up until this point.
Guler no longer seems to be getting ghosted.
Guler in the shotgun position, over the middle and incomplete.
Number 12.
Jeltz looked like he was ready to get his hands on that ball, but it just didn't work out for him.
Yeah, Michael Hotz has been on fire, guarding Omar Jeltz on the right side this game.
Shut him down. Set. Let's get him. Come on.
Larry
Second
Balding
and
on the
10.
move to the outside. Pump fake and
Oh, thanks it.
Guler's on the move. For
What a
6 off
run.
the tackle.
He needed several guys to stop him.
He got the
Eventually.
stiff arm. Oh my God. Del
Michael Hotz
Guler.
had to bring him down.
He's probably leading the team in runs. Oh, tipped away.
Oh, that was so close.
The first possible reception for Andy Woe, I believe that was number 89 in the tight end, and it's dropped. That could have gone for a touchdown. It didn't look like anyone was in front of him. 25 seconds left in the half. Still a long way to go for the Gators to get to that end zone. And it's over the
See a
middle.
pass? Balding.
The reception.
Nice catch by Balding. Closes the gap even more. At the very least, we're going to see a field goal here from the Gators. Finally put some score on the board.
Guler, lots of time in the pocket. Oh!
Big catch, but there are only seconds left on the clock.
Makes the catch.
How much longer are they going to wait before they just go for the field goal at this point? And
They're
they are going to
kicking
make it. Unfortunately, that clock is just so
Oppressive.
big, so huge. They really need to take advantage of whatever time they have left.
Goal attempt is good.
And the Gators half the deficit.
Gators are one field goal away from tying up with the Trash Pandas here, but of course it will be the Trash Pandas' possession. Assuming the Gators' defense is disciplined, they might have a shot here.
Now, I don't know about you, but I was expecting this game to have far more points on either side, so it's interesting. I'll have to rewatch this game again to see if it's the defense that's doing really well or just the offense. We've definitely seen huge issues with run blocking.
I think it's no question, though, that the Trash Pandas quarterbacks have made this task very difficult for the wide receivers of the Gators. That's definitely a part of it. I mean, if you look at Travis Payne, one of the best cornerbacks in free agency, he's clearly going to work here, making it very hard for any of those passes by the Gators to connect.
Yeah, and Michael Hotz has been doing a fantastic job this game guarding. Nice tackle there.
Bonbon rolls over the line there. A modest gain, but not really what the Trash Pandas need to see here. As we go to the second half and the
Trash
kickoff,
Pandas receiving.
we'll see a replay of that.
Yeah, everyone just slowly getting into position.
Hey, too many snacks at field side during the halftime show.
Yeah.
Kickoff return 15 yards.
And it was a pretty decent run.
On the return.
Devon Styles moves it over a bit.
Devon Styles looked incredibly slow.
Oh, yeah, if you're short of the 20, then yeah, that wasn't the best run in the world, but it is what it is.
Gators showing a blitz. Oh, McDiggle
Go for
almost
the
gets
second
through.
debate. Bonbon stiff arm.
Number 20.
The blitz was headed right for the quarterback, and Bonbon was able to get out of there and get a couple of yards while everyone was all over Talladega.
We've seen that Bonbon stiff arm play out in a number of games, and it's proving to be just as reliable here.
Yeah, we have a great highlight of him stiff-arming for a touchdown.
Second and 2 for the Trash Pandas. Talladega passing it. Caught by number 82, Tanner Corncamper.
Yeah, Tanner Cornercamper, the backup tight end, who has also got a fair amount of touchdowns in the preseason. The whole tight end depth for the Trash Pandas is definitely one of their greatest strengths on offense. We've already seen Andy Codplayer do amazing work, and Tanner Cornercamper does do work on his own as well.
Pass from Talladega. Caught! What a reception! That was insane!
Brian Burner over the middle.
This is not really what you wanted to see from the Gators. The Trash Pandas are kind of just running through them now. Might see another pass here. It's been going so well for them. Oh no, hand off to Bonbon, doesn't get far with it.
No. Drew Badford stopping that run short. And again, I think the Gators are going to be at the mercy of the Trash Pandas until they can find a way through that O-line.
Another toss, number 25 received. Doesn't get far with it.
Yeah, Tyler McFridge, well, he hasn't gotten many deflections this game. He's definitely way more of a tackler than he is a deflector.
So Trash Pandas are 0-5 for third down conversions. Will they be able to break the cycle here? They have a decent amount of length to gain.
Yes, no, it's broken up. That looked
unfortunate for the Trash Pandas.
That looked like Randall Cloud on the coverage with the tackle knocking it out of the receiver's hands.
I think the story of this game will be the Trash Pandas' inability to break that third down conversion divot.
Yeah,
They're just stuck in that slump.
Which is wild because in their Gators Trash Pandas preseason game, no one in the league had a better third down conversion rate than the Trash Pandas. Especially in the first half. The Gators eventually woke up towards the end of the game when it came to stopping that. But in the first half, I think they were like 4 for 5 or something nuts.
Well, it goes back to your point in the pregame, TG. Like, these are very different teams from the ones we saw earlier in the preseason.
Trash Pandas showing the blitz, bringing everyone forward.
And it works out. Tackle for loss. That tackle made by number 28. Kyle Katam, free safety. We're at 2nd and 12. Just like that, more ground to cover by the Gators here.
Tight end on the move.
Oh, a sack attempt doesn't go well. Gets recepted. What a pass.
Another Omar Jeltz bomb, and that's what fans of the Gators have been waiting for all day to see happen. Why aren't they throwing it to Jeltz? Why aren't they throwing it to Jeltz? I can hear them say. And there we go, finally connects, because that's what brought them so much success in the preseason.
So close to the 50 here. 1st and 10. Pass off, number 27.
Aston Sullivan gets about 3 yards.
Aston Sullivan makes some distance. Still 7 to go. Hand off again to Aston Sullivan, and he gets tackled for loss that time.
Yeah,
huge wall of meat men.
No kidding, he tried to run it up the middle when there was nothing but men there, of all colors.
You know, when your ball has to go against a bunch of guys, I think the big guys are going to win like 9 times out of 10.
Oh, and a big sack.
Brutal sack. Brutal blitz.
Now that should have been intentional grounding, but that's ruled as an incomplete pass because video games.
Either way, Ziggy side smash out here for the punt.
And still, this is anyone's game. No one has scored a touchdown yet.
I mean, if you want to make a comment on the Trash Pandas defense, they made it very hard for the Gators to get a... Oh, what was that?
What was that? Well,
What the heck was happening?
I think that was just AI being AI. The Trash Pandas kind of conceded the kickoff, and then the Gators just didn't touch it. Don't know what that was about.
Very interesting. But what I was going to say was that the Trash Pandas have been doing a very good job of keeping the Gators very far away from kicking distance of their goal line. No chance for the Gators so far to be able to tie up that 2 field goal advantage that the Trash Pandas started out with.
Yeah, and it's all because the Gators are still trying to make the Aston Sullivan plan work. I can imagine that things are going to be quite different next week when they play again.
Oh, who'd you hear that from?
Who'd I hear that from? Big reception from Brian Burner!
And he's going and tackled at the 47. What a run by Burner.
Yeah, Brian Burner gets by Ruben Staples, and Tyler McFridge, the cornerback on the other side of the field, comes in.
Already, just like that, the Trash Pandas are over the 50.
Into enemy territory. Wondell boost power on the move.
Hands it off to Bonbon. Bonbon runs really far with the ball, gets a first down with that run.
Yeah, there was some great blocking up the middle. We saw Vondell boost power get into position to open up a hole right for Ricky Bonbon to run for a first down.
Bring it. Set.
We have 40 seconds left of the quarter here. Once again, hands off to Bonbon. Bonbon getting another down.
11-yard gain.
This man can move.
Yeah, Aston Sullivan averaging 0 yards is pretty much the whole story, whereas Ricky Bonbon has just been cooking with these has been cooking specifically on this drive.
Bonbon seems to be working out, and yet again hands the ball, gets first down, makes a touchdown.
And the Gators just couldn't do a thing about stopping Ricky Bonbon. And that's
I'm sure that...
Yeah, that's a huge score for them here.
We've been talking about how the Gators have been trying to get Gators fans have been trying to get Jelts to take the ball, and I think the Trash Pandas have just been like clamoring for Bonbon to run with the ball.
They need to trade fans.
Trash Pandas are now up 10 over the Gators.
Yeah, the Gators in a 1-score hole with only 8 minutes to go.
A full quarter left to make it up.
Kick to the left side
Amazing
of the field.
that just at the end of the third quarter was the very first touchdown of the entire game. This has really been a grind fest between two amazing defenses.
Spears on the return.
Well, I don't know if you'd use the term amazing defense to describe the Gators defending against the run on that last drive. They were really bulldozed apart by Ricky Bonbon, but up until that point, I guess I'd agree with you. Oh, a dive!
Generally, the Gators' defense has been pretty impenetrable this game, but although Bonbon is an anomaly, as you and I both know.
No, yeah, in more ways than one. Michael Hotz with that incredible dive to get the pass deflection. Del Guler in the shotgun, expect a pass here.
Big toss, caught by number 15.
Larry Balding.
Larry Balding with a gain.
Travis Payne with the tackle.
And that's a first down. Handoff to Aston Sullivan. Doesn't get far with the ball, as we've seen before.
Yeah, right through that D-line, and just the Trash Pandas D-line, the Gators O-line just can't find any openings in that between, you got Davey Hopper in there. Of course, you got Stanley Steak Sauce. Oh, it's an interception!
Interception! Interception made by Ted McMajors. Gets a decent amount of yards with that ball before he gets stopped.
And that right there, especially if the Trash Pandas can turn this into a scoring drive, is the game ender for the Gators. The Gators are now -2 on that turnover differential. And again, we've seen time after time, the team with the negative turnover differential is the one that ends up losing.
I mean, you're not going to see anything worse than a field goal here by the Trash Pandas as they're already in the 21.
Gain on the play.
Yeah, and especially with the Trash Pandas having the lead right now, they're going to keep handing that over to Ricky Bonbon to keep burning that clock.
Burning the clock and also burning yards off their drive.
Oh, now let's do this. Mike, get in there.
Another handoff to Bonbon. Gets pretty far. Almost to that first down, but not quite.
5-yard gain on the play.
We're at 3rd and inches.
Big
Trash
defense.
Pandas still 0 at 6.
Yeah, big.
They've got to convert this one. And they don't. It's a 4th down.
Loss of 4.
Trash Pandas not able to break the curse. Not a single 3rd down conversion for all their points.
Yeah, the Trash Pandas tried to get very cute there with that backfield pass, but immediately tackled for a loss. And another field goal.
Number 10 in to attempt a field goal.
Pretty good chance to make this one. 37 yards.
The field goal attempt.
And it's good.
Yeah, brings them up 13 points.
What's gone from 1 touchdown and a field goal of deficit has exploded to 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, the Gators at
the
this
Gators
point
here.
are praying for turnovers. Venture getting ready to kick off.
You see Spears running with the ball here.
Kickoff return.
Almost gets to the 30-yard line.
Spears on the return.
Here at the 27. Can the Gators turn this game around?
Oh,
a
not
yellow
with
flag on And a
Joe
penalty is on the
Borderline with the holding penalty. The new trade for the Gators. They got Joe Borderline from the San Francisco Shitbirds, and they just costed them 5 yards. Actually, they costed them a total of 10 yards.
Rough
Net.
way to go for the Gators. Swatted away by number 54. That's Ted McMajors. Not wanting any part of that. Very easily could have caught the ball yet again. He was the architect of that first turnover.
2nd and long.
Another pass attempt. Will we see it go to Jeltz?
No, Ted
Almost
McMajors.
received.
The intended receiver.
McMajors just wants his hands on that thing. He hasn't had anything to eat all day.
Monday.
And the Gators fans are thinking one name and one name only right now, and that is Omar Jeltz. And he gets it, but not for enough.
The reception. Gain of 6 on the play.
We have to see the Gators go for it at this point. There's just no other way for them to make something of this. With so much left to go in the 4th.
No,
They are
will
going to punt.
it.
At this point, maybe their thoughts are just on cutting their losses.
Oh my god, an amazing punt though. Holy cow. That's going to put them all the way to what, the 4-yard line?
Pretty deep punt.
3-yard line.
If they can hold them back, then the punt back from the Trash Pandas might put them within spitting distance of their end zone there.
Number
tackled by number 9, Randall Cloud, the strong safety.
Stopping the run dead. Bonbon does get a couple of yards there. So safety is a lot less of a concern now.
Come on now. Let's do this. Motion. Here we come.
Gators sending a lot of guys forward.
Wide.
That's a first down.
Number 25 with the carry.
Oh, Felix Hambred, actually.
Gain on the play.
Yep.
Even. Aston's on the other team.
Yes. No, you can tell if it's Aston Sullivan or not if he gets tackled for loss.
Come. Set. Cowboy out.
See, the real way you can tell these players apart is just how bad one is.
Yeah.
Bonbon with the ball again. Tackles through a huge horde of Gators to get very close to that 1 down line.
Raise a two.
We're seeing some stalling now happening. I think the Trash Pandas are aware that the time is limited and they're just trying to run out the clock at this point. We do have a holding penalty on the Trash Pandas, though.
Yeah, Brian Beergod with holding penalty. The 3rd string tight end out on the field. That's a big break for the Gators.
TG, we're at another 3rd down.
Oh, my...
And it's
No! Art Bishop!
face mask pull by the Gators.
God. For
And the
automatic
Trash Pandas say
first
yes.
down. Oh, my God.
Well, if they're not going to get a first down themselves, the Gators will surely give it to them. Handed on a silver platter, practically. Pass off to number 45. William Simplegraw running with the ball.
Gain of 8 on the play.
2-minute warning.
As any possibility of victory slowly is eclipsed for the Gators.
Yeah, again, at this point, the Gators need a turnover.
Stay home.
Pass off again to Simplegraw. Gets tackled. Oh, that's Hambred.
25 on the run. 3 yards.
Gators with a timeout.
Another first down.
Andy Cod player on the move.
Trash Pandas really made up that gap with that deep punt by the... Trash Pandas made up the gap with the deep punt by the Gators. Already they're at the center of the field here.
And that just allows even more time to be burnt up by the running game that the Trash Pandas are doing.
Pass off to Bonbon again.
Gain of 4 on the play.
We're at... And that was a first down. We're at 1st and 10. Now in enemy territory here. Pass off to Bonbon. Bonbon runs with the ball, as he does.
Martin Fennick with the tackle.
4 on the play.
Safety blitz. Okay, we'll see how this works. So I don't know if that's going to be with Fennick or Cloud. Cod player going way to the outside.
Bonbon receives the ball again, gains a little more.
And Kingston uses their last timeout of the game. They are now completely at the mercy of the Trash Pandas.
Trash Pandas still 0 for 7 on 3rd down conversions.
And they'll take a knee.
They're 0 for 8.
So a field goal here will require we'll put them at a 2-score lead, which is pretty much completely undoable. Oh, actually, Bencher's just going to punt it. Interesting. I guess they were like, oh, we're never making it on 3rd down. We're just punting it.
Yeah, at this point, a field goal is not going to do much, and I think a punt is going to be more effective for having the Gators start as far back as possible for what might be their last drive. He's taking his sweet time waiting for this ball to be tossed.
2 words. Omar Jeltz.
Will the fair catch?
There's a
flag on the play by the Gators.
On Walters.
Somehow a holding penalty, and it's accepted.
Ace Walters, backup linebacker with the holding penalty.
Exactly what the Trash Pandas wanted.
And this crowd hates it. This crowd is booing.
I got motion.
Trash Pandas bringing everyone forward. No! Omar Jeltz drops it!
Did not catch it!
Oh my god, that would have been it!
There's practically no one behind him.
That would have been it! Oh! Pain! Misery!
Come on.
Oh, jeez!
That ball got nowhere. Good blocking there by Frank Honke on the Trash Pandas defense.
Yeah, Nick Hatchback, the intended receiver. And this is it for Kingston. And tipped away.
Number 12, the intended receiver.
Stonemeyer refusing to let any hope escape. He's just running into a brick wall in this last few.
Wide receiver clearouts, let's go. This is it. This is truly it.
Another pass attempt. Tails over.
Away.
Turnover on downs.
And that's going to be the game. Dipped up and away by Maurice Slacks, who's the first time we've said their name, and the Trash Pandas are on the 10-yard line. And they're just going to opt to kneel to end this game, and wow, did the run game not work out for the Gators. But until that Ricky Bonbon touchdown, this looked like it would have been anyone's game. We were really waiting to see which team was going to come out there with the first explosive play at the game. But again, like we saw on Monday, it's the turnovers that are going to kill you in this league.
I think that's the first game where one of the teams did not get a single 3rd down conversion.
No!
Even though the Trash Pandas were like 13 points ahead of the Gators at the end of that game, they didn't get a single conversion out of the 8 they had.
Yeah. So
which
again,
very funny.
I agree with the game there, giving Ricky Bonbon the Offensive Player of the Game award. He really made the Gators defense look like paper on that one drive. Holy moly. Del Guler threw for 16 passer rating. So that's cool. Meanwhile, the Trash Pandas threw for 102.2, which is very good. If this was the first game of the season, we'd be more impressed by it. But Alex Fops really showing us what a quarterback can do in this league. But Johnny Talladega, very respectable numbers, and he only got sacked twice, which is a far cry from the 6 times in one game he suffered at the hands of, that was the Shitbirds, was it in preseason?
I believe so.
Holy smokes.
And I think there's no question right now, the defensive player of the game has to be Ted McMajors for the Trash Pandas with that turnover and those blocking plays. So many balls swatted away. He just wanted that ball so badly.
Yeah, 2 pass deflections, 1 interception, and 4 tackles. 2 of them were for loss. And Travis Payne, both cornerbacks, with Michael Hotz and Travis Payne, leading the team with tackles, and Payne on his own getting a pass deflection. So the Trash Pandas' goal, trying to improve their secondary, that box is ticked and a half just looking at these stats alone.
Really amazing performance by the Trash Pandas defense this game. Just not letting the Gators run with that ball. No matter what the Gators tried, they were just running into a huge wall of meaty, tough defensive linebackers. We're not letting them get anywhere.
Yeah,
and the cornerbacks especially made that difficult.
These passing averages on the Trash Pandas offense just tells the whole story. COD player 11.7 with 5 receptions. Brian Burner averaged 23 yards with his 3 receptions, although Brian Burner had 2 drops, which is really not good, but the Trash Pandas receiving core doing a lot to move the chains, and we looked at this earlier, but Ricky Bonbon, 98 yards, 5.1 average. Felix Hambread, with his 5 attempts, 6.1 average. Simple Gras, only 1 attempt, so it was a pretty inflated number, but 8? And you just look at the Gators, and Aston Sullivan, 12 attempts for 2 yards is just unacceptable. But
yeah, Bonbon practically running like no one was in front of him for most of that game.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite a sight.
I was very surprised by Del Guler's scrambling ability. The fact he scrambled for a first down, I did not see that coming.
Well, it's definitely good to have a versatile scrambling quarterback, but I mean, there's no justification for a quarterback still not having that passer rating up higher.
No,
sure he can run for a decent amount, but if he's not passing, that's a key part of your game that you're missing.
Yeah, 9 for 26 with 2 interceptions thrown. The O-line did him no favors. That Trash Pandas pass rush, just forcing him to get the ball out early when none of his receivers are ready to receive the ball in their routes yet, was a key part to the Trash Pandas victories today. And with that, I think that is going to be it for today. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you so much, Alex, for helping me out with commentary tonight. I hope you have fun doing this with me.
I have a lot of fun doing with it. It's a shame that I won't be around for Friday's game, but we'll have Beefy sharing the commentary booth for that one. And I'll probably be back after that. So look forward to some more interesting football.
So the schedule coming up, we have Friday. We'll have to get the schedule up quickly here. There we go. On Friday, we have the last game of Week 1 where the Knitters are on the road against your Shitbirds, Alex. Your first regular season of the game.
I'm not worried.
No, the Shitbirds are currently the favorites to win the whole league, so we'll see how they do against that Knitters defense led by Bill Pickle. There will not be a Monday stream next week due to Christmas, but we will have a doubleheader on Wednesday with the Shitbirds taking on the Stoats and the Knitters taking on the Trash Pandas. And then Friday next week, or 1 week from now on Friday, the Gators are going to be on the road against the Janitors in another preseason redo. In other streams tomorrow night, Thrill Kill Thursday, where we're going to be playing a ROM hack of Thrill Kill with a bunch of balance tweaks I might have made. So that's going to be a ton of fun if you enjoy those Thrill Kill streams. So hopefully you'll join me then at 7 till 10 Eastern over here on this Twitch channel. I've been TG, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend. Have a Merry Christmas for those of you who celebrate, and take it easy.